Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Coffee with Creators podcast. My name is Rob Balasabas. Really glad to have you here. Today, we're going to dive into something pretty exciting. I'm going to talk about how to make six figures as a solo creator. No team required. All right. I'm using a new mic here. If you're watching the video version, this is my office. And so I actually like this new mic. It is a Shure Move mic. Looks like that. That's the box that it came in. And oh, you can't really see it. Okay, but sure. And it's a wireless lav. And so shout out to them. It's not sponsored or anything. They're not sponsoring the podcast. But yeah, just so you guys know, if you guys are hearing the audio come out a little bit different, that's why. So yeah, really excited to be hanging out with you guys here for the next little bit. I hope you're all doing really well. It is now September 2024, and so I wanted to take a moment and just kind of pause and talk a little bit about building a business as a solo creator. I think a lot of you, if I'm not mistaken, there's a few of you here that are like me, that are solo creators as well. And so, you don't have, what I mean by that is that you don't have a team, a full-time, any full-time employees. You may have some outsourced, services for your editing or social media, or maybe a manager that does some of your sponsorships for you and some of the agreements, but you don't necessarily have a full-on team. And so that is who this episode is for today. Really want to talk about how you can build a sustainable six-figure business. Now, it's one thing to build a six-figure business when you are fully stretched and you have no time for yourself and all you're doing is working to some degree. That's almost pretty easy. It's a formula, right? You just keep on adding revenue streams, stack it, stack it, stack it, and eventually you'll have six figures a year, right? But what I'm talking about here is something that's sustainable, a business model that's sustainable, where you can still enjoy a really awesome quality of life. You can have personal time, you can balance a bunch of different things and not just be working all the time. And so if that's you, then grab a coffee, grab some tea, sit back, relax, or maybe you're walking around and on your daily walk or daily commute, whichever you are doing. I'm just glad that you're here. I hope that this adds some value to you and gives you some food for thought with how you're running your creator business. Yeah, would love to obviously connect with me. Find my socials and everything on in the description of the podcast, and let's definitely connect. If you have any questions on topics that you'd like me to answer in future podcasts, there's a Google form that you'll find in the description as well, and then submit it there, and let's connect there. All right, so the first thing is, let's start with the big picture. Making six figures as a solo creator might sound like a dream. It might be this really far-fetched dream or goal that you have as a content creator, as an entrepreneur. But the key here is really to build something that's sustainable. Again, not talking about going viral overnight, right? We're going to be playing the long game here. If you're here, you guys have been listening to some of the episodes, it's really all about the long game, in my opinion. It's really building something that can last. Your content is evergreen for the most part, and you're building something that is for the long game, okay? Something sustainable. And so how do you actually do that, right? There's so many different schools of thought. There's so many different experts and gurus out there that will tell you how to build a business with your content. But let me dive into a few things here that hopefully will be helpful, okay? First thing is to start thinking and planning to build a diversified book of revenue streams, right? So diversify your income streams. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. That's really important. You can't just say, all I'm gonna do is AdSense, or all I'm gonna do is YouTube sponsorships, all I'm gonna do is courses, right? If you're relying on one particular revenue stream, you're leaving a lot on the table, right? If you're just doing AdSense, or if you're just doing brand deals, you're just leaving so much on the table. There's so many other opportunities for you. And so what I would urge for you is to start branching out into things like memberships, digital products, right? Even consulting, coaching, that could also be an opportunity. If you are already quite established, then you can do high ticket consulting, high ticket coaching, right? And really save, 2 or 3 or 5 coaching slots per month for really high ticket coaching, where you are charging, 4 figures per hour, like $500 to $1,000 per hour. And you really want to put that in. So diversify your income streams, right? It's not just going to bring on more revenue, right? Because again, you're going to add different revenue streams, but it's also going to protect you if one income stream slows down, right? If the core sales slows down, you have consulting and coaching, right? If the brand deals slow down, you have a membership that's foundational for your business, okay? So diversify your income streams, okay? The next thing is you want to focus on building a community. Whether it's a Facebook group or a Discord server or maybe, a Slack channel, right? Or maybe you're just consistently responding to comments on your YouTube videos. Build a space where your audience can connect with you and with each other, right? I think I saw an update here recently where YouTube actually announced recently that they're launching communities inside of your YouTube channel. So it's right now in beta and they're testing it out with a few different creators, and it will likely roll out into 2025 to more creators, but that's one option, right? And so you can build a community. So focus on building a community. That's going to be really important. Similar to like focusing on building an email list. By the way, if you want to, you can subscribe to my email in the description, all right? I send an email about once a week, just some updates on things that are happening, different updates on my content, different updates on the industry, things like that. But make sure you are also building an email list. But that's beside the fact. This point here, this tip is really about building a community, all right? When you have a strong community, right, this is the why. When you have a strong community, that means that you have loyal fans who are more likely to support you, to buy your products, and to spread the word, be advocates of your content and of your business. All right. Number 3, right? Number 3 is to optimize your content for multiple platforms. I think this probably goes unsaid. When you're creating content, whether it's long form podcasts like this, YouTube videos, live streams, maybe it's Instagram Reels, maybe a blog post, make sure that you repurpose that, okay? It's, you gotta do it. In this day and age, in this in this stage of the creator economy and how content is consumed, make sure that you are repurposing your content on multiple channels. So again, if it's a YouTube video, you wanna make sure you chop it down, use tools like Opus Clip, right? Opus Clip is an awesome AI tool that will take your long form videos and turn it into short form videos that you can post on TikTok, Reels, Shorts, all sorts of places, right? Especially if you have a podcast, especially if you have interview type content, okay? Make sure you're doing that. So go check them out. Link in the description if you want to check out Opus Clip. You can even turn them into blog posts, right? Right now, AI. I mean, we're not going to nerd out on on how AI and search is changing because of AI, but AI is also looking to blog posts and just websites on the internet for direction on what to answer when people are asking questions, right? And so when people are doing a lot of their research, studies are showing and stats are showing that yes, people are still searching on Google and Bing and all the search engines, but more and more people are doing their searches through AI or Gemini or Claude, right? And so you want to make sure that blog posts are out there talking about you, right? You may not need the backlinks or anything, but as long as they're talking about you and your services and what you do, then your name can also come up through AI questions, right? When people are asking their AI about different services, then you can come up, right? This is very strong, whether you're a thought leader, you're a local business, whatever it may be, especially if you're a software or service. this is something that is very much important to turn those content. The videos are so easy, right? If you're creating YouTube videos or videos in general, it's so easy to turn that into blog posts. You can use tools like Descript, for example. There's so many tools out there. There's so many AI tools out there that will take your videos and turn it into a blog post, okay? Number 4, I'm trying to think what number we're on. So number 4, know when to outsource. Really important here, okay? I know this video is all about being a solo creator and earning 6 figures as a solo creator, but that doesn't mean that you have to do everything alone, okay? Doesn't mean that you have to do every single thing alone. Really important, okay? You don't have to have a full-time, employee and have that overhead, but you can start, allocating and, delegating some of your tasks to people that do specific things. And so when you start making income, think about outsourcing tasks like editing or graphic design, right? This will free up time for you to focus on what you do best, which is probably creating content and connecting with your audience, right? For me, on a personal level, I actually work with a company called VidPros. So VidPros is a service where they will edit all your videos. It's so awesome. This podcast here will probably be sent to them. I'm going to send it to them right after that you record this, and they're going to turn this and edit it into a proper podcast video that is edited with the intro and the outros and all that stuff, okay? So make sure you do that. So start outsourcing. You can check out VidPros down below in the description if you want to check them out. They've got a great service that I highly recommend, okay? But there's other services out there. There's other tasks that you can outsource to a freelancer. You can go to Upwork or onlinejobs.ph. And you can start looking for people that can do some admin work for you. Maybe you're billing, maybe you're bookkeeping, all sorts of different tools, different tasks that you can outsource, okay? And then number 6, sustainability over quick wins, okay? Sustainability over quick wins, okay? Focus on building a business that can stand the test of time. I've been doing this for a few years now, and there's always waves and trends and things that you can follow. And as important as that is to make sure that you are, riding some of those trends, if it can be related back to your content, very good, great, do that. But also always keep in mind that sustainability over quick wins every single time, okay? You don't want to, it's okay to have big spikes in views or whatever, or revenue, but what you really want is sustainability. It's just like, it's always growing. Every month it's growing, more views, more revenue, right? More opportunities, it's always growing. Hire, outsource when you need to, when it gets too much, but always growing, right? Sustainability over quick wins, okay? That's very, very important. It's about sustainability and longevity of your business over like these trendy spikes and quick wins, okay? That really means, again, kind of repeating a few of the things I said today: diversifying your income, nurturing your community, maximizing your content by repurposing, and knowing when to ask for help, right? Those 4 things. Start focusing on those 4 things, if nothing else, and that's all you're gonna need to do. You don't need to, have a huge team with crazy resources and all these things, because then you become a people manager, which you may not enjoy. Especially if you're a creator, you may not enjoy that, right? You may just want to outsource a few things, and that might be all you need to do. Maybe down the road, you might hire somebody that will oversee all of your operations, and they can then start taking care of all the outsourcing and maybe bring in some team members. But for now, by all means, you can definitely build a solid, strong, high revenue business as a solo creator. You just need to be really smart with the strategy and just keep your passion going, okay? And so that's gonna be the wrap for today. I hope you found these tips helpful. I hope that they're gonna inspire you to take your creator business to the next level. If you like this episode, please don't forget to subscribe to this podcast on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. I would love for you to leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And if you have any questions, I love questions, please send them in. Hit me up on social, or there's a link in the description or in the show notes that you can click into and submit your question. I can feature it actually in a future episode. So I appreciate your time. God bless you guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.